everybody, I am back making videos and I am back from Anime Revolution 2015. It was an amazing experience overall. We got there on Thursday, which was early past pickup day. We were there, we had an early train leaving from our hometown and we got in at about 9 o'clock, so we had some time to kill before we wanted to go early, but we didn't want to go too early. So we were there probably at about 10:30-ish, I want to say, and there was like nobody there. We were like, what the hell? Like last year there was a whole zigzag lineup. I'll put the picture here from last year, but this year, this is what happened. Like there was nobody. We were sitting on the floor waiting for them to bring out barricades. Like what the hell? So they started bringing out the barricades probably at about 12:30, and early pass pickup started at 1. This year was a whole lot faster when we started getting in line. We were in a super good place in line. It was maybe about half-hour wait before we actually got up to the front to get our tickets, because they had a whole new system they were doing this year, which was awesome job on Annie Revo's part. What they did this year differently was that you just got your badges at the pre-register booth, and you went to the other side of the line to another booth, which you got your swag bag from, which there's no lineup whatsoever. So that was awesome. The lanyard they gave us with our badge was orange because Crunchyroll was supporting them this year. So this was the schedule for Anime Rev this year. We didn't do a whole lot of paddles because we wanted to do a whole lot of cosplay watching this year, which we did a whole lot of. We maybe went to 2 or 3 panels a day. So of course we went to the opening ceremony that started at 11. They were a little bit behind on the first day from technical issues, but they always picked it up and were right on time for everything else. So after 12 o'clock, we had about 5.5 hours to kill before we went to the Travis and Laura Q&A. Oh no, we went to the Grant and Jessica Grant George and Jessica G. George panel that day at 4 o'clock. So we had 4 hours to kill, so we were doing some cosplay watching, and we went and had lunch, and we got in line. The lineups this year were good, but it could have been better, because the first day, we didn't go to any of the meeting rooms panel, because that was just a whole other level of confusion altogether the first day. Like, the meeting rooms were, the lineups were on the upper floor, and the ballroom panels lineups were on the bottom floor in halls in ballroom C. That was only used for hall. It was just a whole thing. So at 4 o'clock, we went to do the Grant and Jessica Q&A, and right after, we went right back in line and went and seen Travis and Laura. And Travis and Laura, Travis Willingham is Colonel Mustang, and Laura Bailey is many voice actors, including recently her and Travis have been on Critical Role on Geek and Sundry, and Laura has also been on Titan's Grave. I forgot the name of it for a minute. Oh my goodness. Titan's Grave, Ashes of Volcana, the D&D game. So that was awesome, and I got to meet her and talk to her about all that fun stuff. We were pretty much in Ballroom A and B the whole time, because that's where all the main events were. We went to Savvy's panel of that 70s dating game. We went to it last year. So after the 70s dating game, we had nothing planned besides the TGIF dance, which is Thank God It's Friday dance, that started at 10. And that was over at 8:30-ish. So we went back to the hotel to change. The hotel that we stayed at was about maybe a 10-minute walk, and like it was a hostel. We had our own private room because there was 3 of us. And it was close, it was cheap, can't complain. Saturday, the second day, was Sailor Moon Day. And I was Sailor Mercury for the morning. I changed into Misty in the afternoon. We went to the Sailor Moon panel that started at 11 o'clock that day. It was awesome. I tried taking a lot of videos this year, but my phone and my video camera were effed up again, as usual. So I didn't get a whole lot, but I got pictures of the panel. And there was a meetup that evening, but we were late, like a lot late for that. So we didn't get a chance, but we got to see like tuxedo masks and Say the Moon. So again, on Saturday, we didn't do a whole lot after that the couple panels, because it was Say the Moon, then there was a Pokemon photo shoot, and then there was a Say the Moon photo shoot, and then I switched back into normal clothes because it was a dance rave on Saturday. So we didn't do a whole lot of panels again on Sunday because we did everything last year for panels. So we did not set any alarms for Sunday. We just wanted to wake up on our own because we didn't want to do any of the panels in the morning. The only panel that we did do Sunday was we went to the live recording sessions with Asuka Yoba. I am terrible at Japanese names, so these names right here, these three names, are who we went and saw for teaching us how to do like a live anime live recording session in Japan. Bit of a mix-up that day too, because everything it seemed like was off of time that day, because we thought we were in line for the Pokemon game show, and it turned out we were in AR's Got Talent, and oh my goodness, like, it wasn't rated 18 plus. It definitely should have been rated 18 plus on the AR's Got Talent. At least I'm thinking that's what it was. There was no name, and they didn't tell us anything when we were lining up, so we figured it was for the Pokemon game show. But yeah, it was very, very interesting. After that, some more cosplay watching for a while, taking pictures. We went back to the hotel because we spent way too much money and time in the vendor hall as well. We went to, and we had the Kotoko concert to go to at 5 o'clock, which was awesome in a lot of ways. And I am so glad we got to go see her concert. I am really regretting not going to see Origa last year. It was really sad. She passed away this last year, if you were unaware. We were lucky enough to have her come to Anime Revel last year. And just seeing Kyoto perform, I'm sorry to lose my voice, but it's also really sad. It was sad that I was there seeing Kojiko when I couldn't go see Origa. And after that we went right in line again. They had lineups for the closing ceremonies. This was the last thing we did at Anime Revel, was the closing ceremonies. And the ballroom C was not big enough to hold us all, so we had to, they were lined up in the ballroom, and then they were lined up at the pre-reg booth, and then down the hall, downstairs, into the hallway where everything was last year. I didn't think we were going to get in because I forgot how big the ballroom was. But, my feelings from the closing ceremony, and they're about to come back. We didn't wait too long in the line, but it was just incredible. I started crying, and I'm about to cry again, I feel like. The wedding video, I'm gonna cry. The wedding video for the AR, as soon as it started playing the song they used for Paul Walker, See You Again, it was like a remix, but it was, I started crying like I am now. It was worse when I was there. Just the anime they used and the parts of the anime they used Tokyo Ghoul, they used Plastic Memories. There were some clips of Irregulars of High School Host, the Irregulars at Magic High School. There were some of Ward High School, and it was just, whenever that song comes on, I just get so sad because I love that song so much. And Paul Walker was an amazing actor. I looked over to my friend about like 10 minutes in, or not even, like a few minutes in, and she was crying too. Mostly because it was the last day and we were really sad and emotional, and we love AR so much, and we can't wait for next year. Okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
It's been a long day.
The closing ceremonies, though, there was a tribute to Orga, and that got me as well because I was sad from the beginning, and I couldn't see her in concert last year.
From where we began.
But the tribute to her was amazing. The song they sang was amazing, and they had like video montage of all the animes that she sang for. Yeah. It was a very emotional closing ceremony for all of us.
It's been a long day.
Okay.
Without you, my friend. And I'll tell
Try and be happy again. I met Laura Bailey, Richard Cox, Sugar Lynn. I met the three of them. Those are the main three people I wanted to meet, and they are the nicest people ever. I'm so happy I got to meet them. I will now show you, before I talk about that, I'll show you what was in the swag bag that we got this year. You can hear my buttons. So this was the swag bag. If you can see the picture on it. Enjoy anime Japan culture. Of course, we got our schedule in there. We also got this little booklet that has like the maid cafe. We also did that. Like all the special guests that were there. And the voices that they did, the singers and the voice actors. There was a lot. There was 2 husband and wife couples, Laura Bailey, Travis Williams, Grant George, and Jessica G. George. We're all there. So yeah, there's this. And it shows the maid cafe on the back. I never use these vouchers that we get, but there is a Bon Chai voucher that we got. Bon Chai is an oven-baked milk bun topped with crispy golden crust and a hint of fresh ground coffee. Coffee place. I never used these. We never did last year. Also, the other supporter this year, as of last year, was Church's Chicken. And we always get a thing for Church's Chicken. And we got a postcard, which was awesome. So, I won't be sending this to anybody. I'm keeping it for myself. That's my wig cap and the buttons. Okay. So we got the schedule. This was the schedule this year. And we also got these. I haven't opened or tried them yet. I was waiting to do this on camera for you guys. It's B-Joy. A biscuit stick chocolate cream filling. So I'm going to open it now. Nice little packaging. I think they're like Pocky. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't had these, but I have had Pocky before. They look interesting. It smells really good. But because I'm hungry too. Here's the B-Joy. And it's good. It's like a biscuit with chocolate in it. Save the rest for later. So that's what was all in my swag bag. I should have thought this through. So, I got this big bag because I got posters and I also wanted to get something to hold all my stuff in for when I come home. So all of my stuff is in. As you all know, I am very into League of Legends. And as you can see, I have my Annie and Timo poster up there. And I have more to add to the collection. I got this badass, I think it's his ghost skin. Because I've been recently starting to play Twisted Fate. I got this badass Twisted Fate skin. poster. But the artist is False Delusions. So if I can find, I didn't get a whole lot of like business cards and stuff this year because I got them all last year. But if I find it, I will put a link if they have DeviantArt or anything below. I also got, this is adorable. I love it so much. It's Ash and a unicorn. Like, what can you do? Ash is one of my main. She was, of course, my first champion I ever loved in League of Legends. But it's her normal skin, but it's a unicorn! Ah! This is also, like, all three of these posters I'm about to show you are all by False Delusions. And they were the only posters I got this weekend because I have no more room on my wall. This last one I got, I could not resist getting it because it is adorable and I'll let you see for yourself. So it's Nami, the sea, whatever she's called, in the bubble with a poro, with a mustache, and a little cute little Timo. I was so happy when I saw this. I was like, yes, 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 yes. I have to have this with my Twisted Fate. So these are all by False Delusions, as I said. And if I find any sites or DeviantArt, Twitter, whatever, I will link them below if you guys wanted to go check them out. And this is not for me to keep. I'm giving this to my dad because he loves Lord of the Rings. I saw this and I could not resist, and it was like the best deal ever for something like this. You might not be able to see it too well because it's in laminate, but it's the Lord of the Rings Middle Earth map, you guys. A map for the Middle Earth. So it has like all the places of Middle Earth, and I saw this, I was like, I cannot refuse that for my dad, and I got it for him. So yay! Now, I also couldn't refuse these two bundles of joy because they were adorable, and the person I got this from, Prince Kids, I couldn't resist because I got my wallet from them last year. But look at these guys, they're little alpacas. They're so adorable. Now this was wearing like a little side hat and a little bow tie, because bow ties are cool, and he's blue. And then this one's more girly. I'll take the hair off him. With a little crown and a little thingy. And I just couldn't resist them, and they were like 2 for $25, and I couldn't resist my alpacas. So those are my pins. And I also got these adorable little ears that I won't put them on, but they just clip onto your head. And the main reason I got them is because I've also been wanting to pick up ears, get ears for a while, but also because my friend and I have decided to do Luna and Artemis next year for Anime Rebel. So I'm being Luna, so I didn't want to get black ears. They didn't have black ears anyway, so I got brown ones. Because my hair is going to be black, I wanted to at least see my ears. And she's doing a female Artemis, gender bending for Artemis. So I thought that was cool. And now for my really exciting ones. These 3 posters are the last things that I got at Anime Rev, because this video is already 30 minutes long, but I ranted a bit. I'm going to rant a little at the end of this. I first, out of everybody in these 3 ones here, I first met Laura Bailey. and we talked about Critical Role and Titan's Grave, because the Friday that I met her, Titan's Grave had just came out and I watched it that morning. And what happened, we were talking about that most of the time, and I got this picture of her, and she signed it with my name, and she also signed her name plus Lemley, because she's my favorite. And on this side it just has her, all the voices she's done for each anime that she's been in, well, most of them anyway. Trying to do these in order. The next person I met was Richard Ian Cox, aka Yunesha. We talked about that for a while, and he didn't have like a whole lot of selection like Sugar or I wanted to call her Lemley, whoops, or that Laura had. He just had Headshot. So this is what I got. He signed it at the bottom. So great to meet you, and his signature. So that was what I got of Richard. We talked a little bit. I was in my Misty cosplay the day I met those two, and I wish I was in my Sailor Mercury for when I met Sugar, because I got I'll show you this in a minute, but it was just so incredible meeting them and talking to them. They are like literally the nicest people I have ever met, like voice actor wise, of course. But Sugar Lynn, I told her I was been watching her since she was on YTV. That dated me a little bit when I told her that, but this was the super cute Sailor Mini Moon with Pegasus, because the storyline for those two are just adorable. And she signed it at the bottom. Melissa, it's so lovely to meet you. Lots of sailor love, Shug. And it was fairly reasonable pricing to meet them. It was $10 to $20, and that included like getting a picture for them to sign. If you had something of your own to sign, it was like half off because you didn't have to pay for one of these. But still, yeah. The only one I didn't get to meet, which I sort of wanted to, was Travis Williams. I went to their Q&A and everything, but I would have liked to have a picture, like an autographed picture of them, but I was broke by the time I wanted to see them, so that was a thing. So, Anime Revo altogether was amazing. I just had like 2 complaints for the security staff. Not, like, it's sort of bad, but not really. One of the securities that was working at the exit of the vendor hall, we were meeting one of our friends, and she was at the exit, and we were on our way to meet her, like we were going down the exit because we seen her, and the security lady just started yelling at us saying, no, you have to go wait over there and wait for them to come to you. And we were like, she's right there, like we can see her, and so can you, because we were pointing at her. She's like, no, go over there. Like super rude, would not let us like go down that way to meet her. And yeah, that was only one for that. And while we were in line, I think it was for one of the panels that you had to wait in Ballroom C for. There was one of the other securities that was there, and instead of saying like, you can move ahead now, like move ahead, because I was talking to my friends and everything, all she did was slap me on the arm and say, move it forward. So I was not quite happy that I got, first of all, slapped on the shoulder by a security guard telling me to move it forward, impolitely. She was impolite and rude. She could have just said, excuse me, can you move forward? The line's moving. Like, there's so many other ways she could have just said it instead of slap me forward and say, move it. But other than that, besides those 2 rude securities, like, the staff were amazing, the volunteers were incredible and incredibly helpful for me. And yeah, it was just an overall great experience for Annie Rep besides those 2 security guards. I don't know their names, but they were working the exit of the vendor hall and in Ballroom C. I think it was on Saturday for one of the events. I can't remember exactly what event it was, but yeah, both female, by the way. So yeah, that was my experience for Annie Rev. This video is 35 minutes. I'll probably end up cutting it down a little bit for time-wise for YouTube. But yeah, I will see you guys soon. And soon might be a few weeks, but there will be another video coming up with my Annie Rev music video that I do since last year. And yeah, I will see you